Hello, everybody. As Susan mentioned, I'm Clinton Conley.
Lila wants this.
This is, I guess, my brand, if you will. I want to thank Susan and the library for having me and everybody showing up. This is about 20-something more than I expected. I knew my wife and the girls would come and Susan would be here, but this is humbling. So I appreciate everybody being here. Let's get started. Kind of a little bit of background on me and how I got this in my blood, if you will. And let me start off also by saying this. I'm not one that enjoys hearing myself talk for lengths of time. I'm in sales, which I'll get to, and I do that as a living, so I talk a lot. If you all have any questions at any time, please do not hesitate to interrupt me and have a discussion, okay? So that being said, my grandparents, I grew up in Lexington. Grandparents were a big influence in my life. Both sets, different tastes, if you will. One side is kind of into the more antiques, ornate furniture, and kind of the real antiques, rugs, and etc. My other side were more mid-century, 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm 38 years old, so I'm old enough to remember some of that stuff. And of course, I've got one grandmother still alive, and her house largely looks the same. So it's still fresh in my mind. My parents collected things. My dad, he had kind of a jack of all trades sales route also, and done a lot of different things. He's actually performed here at the library. He is also a professional magician. So he's a piece of work, and I guess where a lot of my interests come from. My mother collected Hummels, and I guess that's where it kind of got into my blood a little bit as well. Baseball cards, as a kid, I've held on to them much to the chagrin of my wife, but maybe someday they'll be worth something, which I have a feeling is maybe why some of y'all are here today. Currently, I'm a Maker's Mark bottle collector and just kind of anything Kentucky related. And I mentioned my dad. This was kind of my dad's haven growing up. We called it the party barn. This was in my backyard. Big barn, as you can see, basically, with a lot of the stuff he just collected going out. Country stores. This was built probably, I think it was around 1990, 91 time period, but he had these 3 magic posters, billboards kind of that he had collected, a bunch of signs. I didn't get the magic touch from him in that sense, but I like the advertising stuff and kind of the little knickknacks, if you will. But a pretty cool little thing to grow up with in your backyard. We had a lot of fun. So a little more about me. This is not my day job. I'm in dental sales and have been for 5 years. I get to travel in a couple different portions of the state, though, and you never know what you're going to find in this great state of ours. I got a history degree from the University of Kentucky. Go Big Blue. We do have a big game tonight at 7, so I might speak a little quickly. Hope that doesn't offend anybody. But I want to be out of here at 7. Just kidding. I do enjoy the research. I was kind of, I guess, part of having a history degree. You have to do a lot of research. I think I became fairly good at it. And I'm finally using my degree for something which I know that my parents are a little bit out. That being said, another reason that got me into this is it never hurts to have a little bit extra income. And I mentioned my wife and 3 daughters, and they are the probably main reason that I need this extra income.